this year. There's a lot of guys entering contract years, second most in the league actually. You've been in this situation for like 3, 4 straight years and have had no problem succeeding under whatever pressure that comes with that. What is the key to kind of compartmentalizing and making sure that that doesn't have a negative effect on your player that's
Honestly, it's really not to think about your contract. It's something that at this moment you can't control. So really, you just have to focus on basketball. That's the main priority, and all the rest will take care of itself when it's said and done.
And coming back home to DC, I know you're a father now. How have you changed in terms of your overall maturation as a pro at this level and to be a dad and to play in the NBA?
Well, a lot of things have changed since I was last home. Married, 2 kids. Um, the priorities are definitely different at this stage of my life since I was last home. So that's the biggest change from being home. So you know, I just gotta figure out ways to deal with the outside of you know basketball at a different angle because like I said, those priorities have changed. So the timing and the time that I give out now is definitely going to be limited.
And just to follow up real quickly, just your experience as a professional, going deep into the playoffs and winning, and how do you feel that the depth of this team will come together, and how long do you think it will take for the chemistry to develop with, the second and third rotations off the bench?
How long? I don't know. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long. Um, that's our job is to come in starting tomorrow to focus on what we need to focus on building chemistry with our second unit, myself, Austin, uh, Kelly. We have some guys who can play, but our job is to make sure that we come in ready to put in the time and the effort to get to know each other's game and spots on the floor, and that's how we're going to build the chemistry and get on the same page.
Coming to Washington, it wasn't as though that you were watching the Wizards play while you were elsewhere. But what do you admire about this roster that you're joining? And I guess also, what's the biggest challenge in developing consistency as a second unit? What's the key to being on track?
Well, honestly, I mean, I'm from DC, so I watch all DC sports. I don't technically root for the Wizards, but I mean, I had to play against them, so I had to watch to see tendencies. But um, I think we have what it takes. We have a versatile team who can, give in any night, playing any roster. We can put a lineup on the floor. And for your second question, is our second unit. I think it just comes with reps in practice, um, getting to know each other off the court, on the court. I think that's the quickest way to getting on the same page.
Jeff, you obviously bring veteran leadership, finals experience to the team. For a team that last year sometimes struggled with locker room dynamics, how can you, off the court, kind of, what can you bring to kind of make sure those things don't happen this year?
I mean, honestly, I think we just have to be men about this. Um, if we have a problem, we got to just voice it right away. I don't think it's something that needs to linger. But we also got to know the journey, the agenda that we're trying to accomplish is bigger than oneself. We got to put all individual pride aside and realize that we have to do things now for a team. Like I don't know what's like to your question. I don't know what's been the problem here, but for me, I'm not one to hold my tongue. If I have a problem, I would voice it, but it would be for the betterment of what we're trying to do. Um, no, I don't think anybody's here to cause problems, but if a problem does arise, we have to figure out a way to resolve it quickly and move on and figure out a way that we need to be on the floor together and to play together. I mean, that's the only thing I can say about that. I mean, because you have to ask like Brad or something about the problems, but my thing is that we just have to nip it in the bud quickly and just move on.
this may, in a way, tie into that. But the core players, John, Brad, even owner Ted Leonsis over the weekend, have kind of said that the time is now. There's no real excuses anymore. It's time for this core to kind of live up to their potential. you're no stranger to those types of expectations. What's the key to turning that and keeping it into a positive?
Focus on team. Like I said, at this stage, for most of the guys on this team, it has to be bigger than oneself. I mean, a lot of guys already on this team as they've done a lot of individual great things. But as a group, like Ted and others have said, it's time to build on as a team and to take the next step as a team. Everything is team when we speak, and I think that's the main focus that everybody needs to have. We can't focus on, what I need to do. It has to be about we. And once we get that down pack, I think we'll be great.